Hey, brothers and sisters, back again with another video. Let me greet everybody real quick. Hovorten Hardugu Dog. Hello, way to the bank. Process Los, bonjour, mes amis. Kedaba, konnichiwa. Ni hao, ni ama. Stani bonani, jambo habaragani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. Um, like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Don't forget, while I'm talking right now, please thumbs up the video. Look down to your right and click the thumbs up button real quick. I'll pause. Well, that was 2 pauses. All right, if you'd like to donate to what this channel is doing in the community, which we do a lot, my PayPal me link is in the description box. And, just remember, you take care of yourself and family first. Now, I would like to point out something in this video. This is going to be heavily on the science side to prove that melanated is kind of what you want to be if you're living on Earth, right? We've been taught to detest the very thing, the very nature that allows us to survive. In other words, I put up a video a while back about how the sun sees us versus Caucasians, that everybody has melanin in them. You can't survive without it. All right. We just present with an abundance and it's beautiful. But who taught us to hate it? It wasn't Afro men. Yes, the dynamic duo, the black woman and the white man, was trying to teach us to hate ourselves, hate our melanin. They wanted to get rid of it and eradicate it. Black women and the white people running the earth, wanted to eradicate us from the earth. Think about that for a second. All right. So this is kind of a deeper video when you look at it from the surface. But allow me to present this again. It was on my old channels that were taken down by the black women. But like I said, we're taught the self-hate. They're the ones that try to teach it to us. It's just that the Afro men, once we come into adulthood, we start growing out of it because we understand that we have options. Now, in saying that, all right, our options are no longer limited to the melanated woman or the deeply melanated woman. Why? She has betrayed the community. She has betrayed the very man. All right. She's betrayed us. So we owe her nothing. But it's a shame that even Caucasians start making commercials. And understand this, a commercial using scientific fact to get Caucasians to make themselves present as us to the sun. You'll see what I'm talking about in a hot second. Pay attention. Boop, beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. News flash, news flash, news flash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a news flash. Black skin and hair. I repeat, black skin and hair. One more time. Black skin and hair is considered beautiful by the sun, but not by black women. I repeat again, black skin and hair considered beautiful by the sun, but not by black women. Beautiful by the sun, definitely, but not by black women. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, people. And you know me, I bring facts and figures and scientific information. I would like to thank Brother Lex Will for put me onto this video so I could research it and get a lot of this research done. And for a lot of you brothers up here that had particular questions about certain topics, interracial dating, where white people come from, were we the original man, the black people? And we all recognize beauty, as you can see by the picture. All right. The brothers do, right? And so we're going to get into this because this is going to go down the line of answering some of the questions, right? And so, of course, I would like to shout out Oi to the Bem, Brazil, Was ist los out there, Deutschland, Ni hao ma, to my peeps in California, Kedu, to my Igbo speaking peeps, Bonjour mes amis, got some French speaking Africans, and to my to people out in France. And I got a lot of views coming in from Japan. So konnichiwa. I won't do it the Dave Chappelle version. Uh, y'all know what that is over here in the States. But anyway, so we're going to get into this. Um, and this is a study basically by Cornell University. And I want y'all to see some of the clips that I have in here. And I will pause a little bit so you can catch some of the things that I think matter, but you'll understand why when you see them. So let's get started. The miracles of melanin. Okay, melanin is the pigment, of course, that give black people their skin color and complexion. But what a lot of people don't know is this a source of many miraculous health benefits, right? Of course, it protects you against UV radiation. It neutralizes the effects coming from the sun in forms of radiation. It fights off aging. Um, what I didn't know is this last part, the last part of the sentence, when melanin is unique, has a unique ability to absorb certain energy sources, such as light and sound waves, and convert them to reusable energy. Huh? Go figure. So why are we hating the color of our skin? Mainly black women. Because not a lot of brothers, you got some brothers out there bleaching their skin, but it's mainly black women that's altering their natural bodies. You only have a few brothers, but mainly black women. So I want y'all to see this. All right. Just watch, and I'm going to point out some things. Um, let's see. Now, this is what you look like to the sun. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is an ultraviolet camera, and basically the point of this camera is these people are getting up under it or looking into it, and it's showing them as the sun sees them. And the only thing that's protecting these people from the sun really is the freckles, and it's not enough if you're white. Now, what the sun is seeing is you're not supposed to be white. That there's supposed to be some black there somewhere. So, I mean, and I want it, notice the darker the people, the less freckles they need. Look at you see these women here? Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. You see the girl before her? You see the beauty in that. So look at what the sun sees. So now look at this. When they put on the UV protection, they look black. Understand this. So lotion with UV protection for in order all right, understand this, y'all. In order for white people to protect themselves from the sun, they need to somehow turn black, or turn black at least as far as the sun can see it. Now, you see the little black child putting it on? She really didn't need it. Now, you look at how astounded, and look at the white people. You know, and some of these are people that probably call people some things, and then you put this here, and basically what it is the sun is looking for you to be black. If you're not protected from it. So here's some questions. Why are we conditioned to hate our appearance if the sun sees us this way? You know, why are we conditioned to hate this appearance of us when the sun sees us this way? And our black appearance is better for us in so many ways, but we are taught by someone to hate it. Why are black women bleaching themselves to look less than this? This is the measure of beauty. This is the measure of beauty as nature sees it. So who brainwashed? How did black women brainwash themselves and get brainwashed into making themselves look less beautiful than the dark black skin that they normally would have? Why do single black mothers teach their children to hate their skin or hair, either directly by telling them, "Oh, you ain't nothing but a jacked up black whatever something 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 something," or indirectly by going out and putting weave on themselves, putting weave on their daughter's hair, going out there always putting their stuff under a straight comb? Interesting questions, aren't they? Remember, the girls are going to do what they see their mother do, and so will the boys. That's why you got a lot of punks running around here, because these moms made them that. Now, here's a couple of things you need to understand. Black people are genetically stronger, while their they are genetically stronger than their white counterparts, right? So here's the study back in 2008, Cornell University. Um, White people have way more harmful mutations than people of African descent, right? Um, an African man, they discovered a distinct Y chromosome that traced this man back before Adam. All right. So for those people, those of us say that there were people here before Adam and Eve. All right, they traced this Y chromosome back before Adam. And this means the man that was put in the garden. It doesn't mean a proper name, Adam. It comes from Ha-Adam, which means the man. Okay? And this origin was pushed back way before Adam in Cameroon. Now, freeze this and look at it, but I want to show you something else, right? And mind you, these videos are coming from a particular commercial. You'll see. But freeze this and read this. Read this study. So, pay attention to what they say with this. So this is over a course of a year with ultraviolet portraits. Now note the beautiful black girl. And you see the progression of the freckles, of the damage. Now when you see the progression of the damage, see this black girl? Look at this, y'all. Pay attention to it. You see the freckles appearing even on the light brown people. All right. Now, I want y'all to notice something else. The afro kind of hair. Everybody that has straight hair are getting freckles. But if you look at it, even the brown tone skin people, not the very, very dark, but all the ones that have an afro type hair, they receive less sun damage. Now pay attention. You see even the women, the Indian women, even the brown skin women, the brown skin men. Now you saw that picture? Look at all the black people that have afro type hair. All right. Look at all, now she's wearing a wig, but look at all the black people that have naturally occurring afro type hair. All right. And when y'all go back and look at this, pause on those. How old was she? So even darker skinned Indian people, they're saying need Nivea sunblock. All right. You understand this? All races, no matter whether they're dark or light skinned, the less afro black that you have in you, the more harm and the more you age and the more that comes to you by way of the sun. The more afro black you have in you, the better off you are as far as how the sun sees you. I hope y'all caught that. And so we go back here. Now, the other one was Cornell. This is Fox News. All right. So, I mean, the black people are genetically more diverse than white people. Um, so, black people of African descent have far greater variation in their genetics than their European counterparts. And these are black people of African descent, meaning Afros. All right. If you're Arab, if you're Native American, understand this. If you cannot grow a fro, then you are less than African descent. If you cannot grow a fro, you are less than African descent. If you can grow a fro, then you're more of African descent. All right. And as you saw in the studies, even the people with darker pigment skin were getting these freckles. But if you look at the people that had afros, that naturally had afros, they suffered no harm from the sun. Okay. Now, if we go down, look at the in the center, Fox News from Fox.com. Whites genetically weaker than black. Now, this is on Fox News, FoxNews.com, February 22, 2008. White and red, white Americans are both genetically weaker and less diverse than their black compatriots. Okay, and they still cite the university-led study. Now, here's the thing about university-led study when they publish. Everybody gets to attack it and say whether or not the things are founded or unfounded. It doesn't make Fox News if they were lying. That means that this study is the truth, as far as we know in today's science and genetics. Maybe 100 years from now, that might change. I doubt it. Because we're talking about cells, DNA, and stuff like that. So that's going to remain the same, right? So basically, they also found that Europeans found had many more possibly harmful mutations than did African Americans. And this was a surprise to Fox because they're a white station. So when you think you're superior to somebody and find out that your skin is actually inferior, yes, it's going to be kind of a surprise to you. You know, so you can't hate the. At least they had the guts to publish the report and make put it in the news. So white people are genuinely surprised at this. All right, but I wouldn't fade them. They still running everything, or are they? See, this goes in a way that somebody tried to put, well, you are physically superior. I put this guy here because I want you to note something. For about 400 years, black people have been denied the ability to read, to even study at risk of their life. White people took away the black people's ability to study by threatening their lives. If a dude studied, they killed him. If a black man knew how to read, they killed him. It was more okay for a black woman to know how to read because she was screwing the white man. And she had to run the house a little bit. And she knew her work was subservient slave. Kind of like what it is now. Black men couldn't talk to a white woman until the 60s. So black women have always been screwing the white man. And they were always allowed to be put ahead of the black man. But despite this, you still have more black men with PhDs than black women. Despite this, you have more inventions by black men in the United States than black women, but their inventions rival white men. And this was even with them restricting us from learning. So I'm not saying we're better, but that's a mark of a superior intellect when you are restricted from learning and yet you learn anyway. So I mean, and then you have this mutation buildup uh, in Europeans, and they're finding out that if you trace Europeans all the way back, you know that they have a problem. They have less genetic diversity. The further you trace back, or right now, they have very, very less genetic diversity, right? And even less than them, for the people that says that the Native Americans are Israelites, only if they mixed with the males, because Native Americans show even less genetic diversity than Europeans. That's because most of the Native Americans are Mongolites or Mongoloid, not Negroid. So I want y'all to understand that for a minute. All right. And so the researchers found, second paragraph, that the Africans had the greatest amount of genetic diversity. All right. And I want y'all to understand that. So here are my final thoughts. Based on this information, black women that swirl and have a child of a relationship should stay in that community, as that child and that woman would contaminate our own skin, to so to speak. So she then becomes a contaminant to our community in thought and in deed, right? That child is no longer black because he has a white father. So that child is white. So it's up to the white man and his community to take care of that child. In the same token, you know, in the same token, if a white woman comes into the black community, oh yeah, she is definitely going to be, and she has a black child, she's going to be definitely rejected by the white community. Period. And they're going to see her as Negro loving, so to speak. Y'all know the older term. All right. And she's going to belong to that man of that community. But when a white woman do that, she absolutely knows that she is going to accept the authority of that black man. This is something that black women don't even do. They want a relationship, but not want to accept the authority of the man. Whereas women of other races that get with black men, they do it understanding that they are accepting the authority and the culture of that man. Now, when black women go to white men, they know that they're going to bow down, kowtow. This is why you have ghetto gaggers and a lot of other stuff that they do. Okay, this is why you have the swirl YouTube channels. All right. Now, whatever the man is, that's what the child is. Because only men can determine sex. Only men can determine whether the child is going to be a boy or a girl. Period. Women can't. Men as the head will determine who is in the community or not. All right. So the white man definitely. All he wants, he'll screw the black woman, but she still is second only to the white women. All right. So basically, based on what the sun says, based on what nature said, our skin is beautiful and apparently better. Our afros, the people that have afros, I want y'all to go back and pause that screen when you look at the black people, and you'll see the difference between them and the darker people that are not white. And you'll see that the people with afros do not have the problem with the aging and the defects from the sun that the people without afros. So look at the people that have naturally straight hair and the people that have afro hair, which is why I believe that it's a shame that black women teach their children to be ashamed of their heritage and their culture and their color by covering up their head with weave, right? But look at that. Pause it and look at all them people. Look at all them elders. And look at how beautiful their skin look as they age. Oh, and people who say black don't crack, black cracks if you're on crack. So stop saying that. Black cracks when you abuse it. And one way of abusing it is by having your child being born of a white man. Now that may work, but that child belongs to the white community, so then his next mate should be white. And vice versa. If a black man has a child, that child is probably going to end up with a black man. And that's how it goes. All right. Now, remember this, because we got better skin and genes, it don't make you a better person. Your actions do that. If better looks made you a better person, Holly Berry wouldn't be having a problem that she is with men. With that said, I'm out. And brothers, this is why we must, present or cater to our options. Because you can look at it another way. when we place the seed inside the other communities of women that actually care about us, we're not only finding people that seem to be more compatible for us than the women that look like us, but we are actually saving their lives while creating more of us that will be able to survive under the sun without skin cancer and all the rest of that on Earth. Peace, love, and soul. I'm out.